What if everything you've been told about death is a total sham? Picture this, an ancient, secret scroll that doesn't just hint at what happens when your heart stops. It lays out a step-by-step playbook for the wild ride after your last breath. This isn't some dusty old tale. It's a mind-blowing guide, forged over 1,000 years ago, to drag you to the brink of reality and yank you back. Today, you're about to crack open the Tibetan Book of the Dead, a sacred manual so intense it could flip your entire world upside down. How you live, how you face the end, even what you think life means, it's all up for grabs. But here's the deal, once you peek inside, there's no unseeing it. Are you gutsy enough to stare down the biggest mystery of all? Let's hit the ground running. Think about this. With all our fancy tech and brainiac breakthroughs, we're still clueless about what's waiting on the other side, no closer than the mystics of ancient Tibet who cooked up this wild text. And that's why it's still got us hooked. It's not afraid to tackle the one question that keeps us up at night: what happens when we kick the bucket? This isn't just some monk's diary. It's grabbed the attention of deep thinkers, rebels, and even lab coat types. Why? Because it drops a bombshell. Your mind doesn't just blink out when your body quits. It takes off on a cosmic road trip through realms you can't even dream up, each twist packed with chances to break free or get sucked back into the grind. And get this, the crazy stuff it describes lines up with what people who flatlined and come back swear they saw: dazzling lights, weird beings, a vibe so calm it's freaky. Is that just dumb luck, or are we tapping into something massive about what makes us tick? Buckle up, because this could blow the lid off everything you thought you knew about your headspace, your soul, the whole damn game. What if cracking this ancient code could light up secrets about how we think, how we feel, what we really are? The possibilities are nuts, tying old school mystic vibes to the cutting edge, mind-bending stuff we're chasing today. But here's the real kicker. The Tibetan Book of the Dead isn't just about cashing out, it's a gut punch to live better. By staring death in the face and laughing it off, it screams, everything's temporary, so get your act together. Live sharp, live bold, live like you mean it. It's not just for the graveyard, it's a siren for anyone still breathing. Stick with me, because this rabbit hole's about to get deeper. You might feel your pulse racing, maybe a chill down your spine. Good, that's the point. So strap in and keep your eyes peeled, we're diving into where this wild wisdom came from and the genius who unleashed it. Ready to meet the legend who flipped death on its head? Let's roll. What if I said this book isn't just for the checkout line? What if it's a cheat sheet for every brutal twist life throws at you? At its core is this insane idea called the Bardo, not just some afterlife pit stop, but any moment where the ground drops out and you're left hanging. Every breakup, every big leap, every time you're stuck wondering what's next, that's a Bardo. This thing called the Bardo Thödol doesn't mess around. It maps out 3 massive zones of chaos and brilliance, each one a make or break shot at leveling up your soul. Ready to jump in? First up, the big one, the second you flatline, not a fade to black, but a blast of raw mind juice so clear it could melt your brain with truth. Next, the vision zone, a psychedelic circus of jaw-dropping sights, some chill, some nightmare fuel, all spinning around you like a cosmic rave. But hold up, they're not out there. We'll circle back to that soon. Then, the final stretch, the rebirth edge, where your naked mind's dangling over a new gig, every vibe you've got steering what's next. Here's the wild part, you don't need to croak to feel this. Every day's got these vibes, that fuzzy blur between sleep and awake, a tiny death, those electric bursts when you're lost in your craft, time gone, that's the vision edge, and every fork in the road where you're picking your fate, that's rebirth light. Right now, as we teeter on this cliff of ancient know-how, get ready, because we're about to crash into the first zone, the split-second life bales, where you're shot at freedom screaming your name. Picture this, you're teetering on the edge of all you've ever been. Up ahead, a light so fierce it could rewrite the universe. Behind you, your old life's just smoke, fading fast. This is it, the death drop, where old Tibet's tricks and today's near-death tales smash together. Ready to see what's past that glow? In this insane flash, Tibetan lore says death isn't just lights out, it's a warp gate, a mind-bending jump to freedom or a new spin on the wheel. Imagine your last gasp, heart quits, senses crash, but your mind, it's wide awake, buzzing like never before. This is your ticket to the big leagues. The old scrolls call it the clear light, a glare so pure it's your brain's truest self, no fairy tale, no fuzzy hug, it's the real deal, the raw guts of everything you've ever touched. In that split second, you've got a shot to see it all, no smoke, no mirrors, just the straight dope. If you can lock eyes with that light and know it's you, boom, you're out, free from the grind forever. Picture that, ditching the life-death loop for a vibe so big we can't even wrap our heads around it. But it's quick as hell, blink, and it's gone. Most folks miss it. If you haven't trained your brain, it's too much, too bright, too weird. They freak, see it as some alien thing, and bam, they're sliding deeper into the wild zones, chasing rebirth, not the big win. Think about that insane nugget. At the end of the line, you've got one last crack at the jackpot, a shot so huge even the hardcore seekers spend lifetimes prepping for it. What if you could gear up too? What if death didn't have to be a panic fest but a clean, sharp breakthrough? Here's the kicker, the Bardo Thödol says you don't need to wait till you're toast. Deep meditation, gutsy practice, you can catch flickers of that light right now. Those rare highs when everything clicks? That's your warm-up. So how do you get ready? Mindfulness, guts, focus, you train your head to spot that glare. Tibetan pros grind years, lifetimes, to nail it. The more you lock in now, the better you'll handle the big show. Imagine facing death, not scared stiff, but pumped, ready to roll. Yet for tons of us, it doesn't stop there. Miss that light, and you're diving into a storm of crazy, vivid trips, your mind spitting out wild shapes, chill or freaky, all tied to your deepest junk. Imagine this, you've blown past the light into the deep end. Now you're in a mind-blowing show, gods glowing like stars, monsters that'd make you bolt. But plot twist, there you. Every fear, every craving, every scar you've dodged, this is the vision zone, a roller coaster through your own head, bigger than anything you've ever felt. Ready to face your real deal? Here, your brain rolls out spirits, sweet ones and savage ones, peeling back everything you've stuffed down. The chill ones glow with your best vibes, the gnarly ones, they're your baggage, screaming for a look. Every angel, every beast, is you staring back. Will you own it or bolt? Let's kick off with the soft crew, glowing figures dripping peace, smarts, love. You might catch a vibe like infinite calm or a crystal clear snap of your brain's A-game. They hit you with this heavy but can you see they're your own shine? Hug them as you, If you do, game over, you're free. But for most, it's too wild. The brain can't handle its own glow, it pulls back, and whoosh, the scene flips. Light dims, faces snarl, now you've got the heavy hitters, fierce, blazing spirits, fire in their eyes. They're not here to trash you, they're your mess, rage, fear, greed. The big guy with wild arms and a death stare? He's begging you to deal with your junk. Can you stand tall, no freakout? This isn't some cosmic beatdown, it's your invite to see your own raw deal. The book says these spirits are your mind's shadows, cranking up what's inside. They spill out your life's guts, the clingy bits, the scared bits, the stuff you've buried. It's your shot to ditch centuries of baggage if you've got the stones to face it. But here's why it's huge now. What you see there, it's what's cooking in you today. Every move you make, every vibe you throw, it's the same crew you'll meet later. This zone's yelling, deal with it now while you can tweak it. What if every freakout, every dream you chase, was one of these figures teaching you, showing you what's gotta go? Shrink legends like Jung saw this and flipped. He said these gods and devils, they're us, baked into our bones, screaming till we get it. They're not just afterlife ghosts, they're your daily grind, waiting for you to wake up. This zone's not just about guts, it's about owning every bit of you. Can you stare down your dark side and not blink? Can you face your mess and not let it run you? That's the freedom ticket, seeing it's all your own headspace. But heads up, miss that, and it's a horror show. Your brain gets lost in its own movie, thinking it's real. It's a self-made trap, and that's when it gets dicey. Don't clock these as your own brew, and you're sliding into a spiral, fear, confusion, back on the wheel, stuck with the junk you couldn't face. This vision gig, it's your soul stripped naked, a mirror so real it hurts. It's your shot to flip the script, see it all raw, and roll with it. But dodge it, flinch, and it's lights down, darker vibes ahead. So you tell me, ready to see your core, no filters? Can you take that mirror and own it all? Because we're diving deeper, where your picks here call the shots for what's next. Imagine this, you're floating, no ties, the old you's toast, but something's dragging you in like a magnet, hauling you to a fresh start. You've hit the rebirth zone, the third leg of this insane trip. Here, every thought, every loose end, every vibe you've hauled around, it's the fuel picking your next gig. Your mind's bare, wide open, pulling in the pieces for what's coming. Stakes are sky high, your soul's next page is getting scribbled, and it's all you. No chill float through the beyond, this is a full-on chaos jam. Every pick, every want, every buried scare, it's building what's up next. In this rebirth lane, no dodging, no fluff, you're the artist and the masterpiece, sketching your next go. This is where your life's leftovers turn solid, yanking you to the slot you're lined up for. Picture this, a whirlwind of faces, places, whole damn world spinning by, every one a road your soul could take. Not random junk, it's your inside spilling out. If you've stacked up good vibes, smarts, chill, the scenes are golden, pulling you to a sweet ride. But if you're lugging fear, fury, clingy crap, it's dark, stormy, tugging you to a rough roll. This isn't some cosmic quiz, it's your head showing off what you've built. And here's the heat, what you grab here, what you stick to, it's steering your next life. Your brain's a radar, locking onto the vibe that fits. Picture the mess or the magic as this storm of feelings and flashbacks spins you to a new gig. Can you chill in that storm, steer clear to freedom, or get dragged off by your own mess back to the grind? Here's the deal, these rebirth flashes, they're gates, buzzing with your own juice. Every one's a blast of what you've hauled through life, the fears, the grabs, the big hopes you didn't sort. It's your life reel, flashing futures, every one tied to your load. And each gate's asking, step up or step off? See it clear, this zone's brutal truth, you don't pick your next life like a snack off the shelf. It's your piled up junk, every move, every thought, dragging you to a match. And yeah, your head's not calling shots, but there's a flicker, a tiny grip. If you can keep cool, see it all as your own brew, you might dodge the pull. Tibetan lore says this isn't just afterlife hype, it's a slap to live right now. Every good move, every clear second, it's stacking up for lives down the line. This third zone screams, you're always cooking your soul's next stop, every choice bouncing out forever. So what if you're stuck in fear, rage, clingy loops? How do you bust out? They say, mindfulness, gutsy living, flip the script. It's not just good vibes or dodging bad, it's knowing your head deep, spotting why you tick, and fixing it sharp. The more you lock in, the less you're swept up when the rebirth storm hits. This zone says your junk's not a slap or a prize, it's just how it works, your brain painting reality. Every clear second you grab now, it's a push to a clean, sharp tomorrow. This third leg, it's the big reveal, your mind's the boss of what's real, every damn second shaped by what you throw out. So chew on this, how much of your life's on autopilot? How often do you roll on scared or stuck, not sharp? This rebirth bit says every second's a shot to tweak your soul's road. So if you could flip your next gig now, what's your play? How do you start building it right this second? Picture gearing up for the end like it's the wildest trip ever, not a bummer, but a full-on breakthrough. That's the Tibetan vibe, they see life as the warm-up. Every thought, every move, every breath tuning you for the big leap. What if you could ride death like you ride life, every chill second prepping your soul's big breakout? Think about it, they've got tricks, not just for the end, but for now, sharpening your guts, your chill, your heart for the unknown. One killer move's mind shifting. Imagine at the end, pointing your head like a laser to the big freedom, not scared, not grabbing, just letting go clean. Could that old trick crack piece wide open, no matter what hits? Here's the real stuff. Kick off each day knowing it's all quick dust. That shift, it's a game changer. Every second pops, every pick matters, it's like seeing life from forever's edge. What if you didn't dread the drop but saw each day as a shot to grow, love, soak it all in? They say that quick dust vibe builds steel guts, clear eyes, so when the end rolls up, you're cool, ready to bounce. Another banger's heart swapping, picture sucking in everyone's rough stuff, then blowing out good vibes. Sounds basic, but it's a gut-wrenching flip, opens you up, preps you to ditch it all when it's time. Imagine rolling free, heart wide, tied to everyone's highs and lows. And then there's sound tricks, old hums buzzing for ages, not just noise, but vibes sinking your head to the big stuff. Picture the chill, the lock-in from chanting those old beats, each one tuning your mind for the jumps. Think of them as head tuners, syncing you to the universe's pulse. They use these to prep for the end, sure, but also to live sharp, tie into now. Chanting daily, it's like flexing brain muscle to face life in the end with no shakes. Zoom out, these Tibetan hacks, they're not just soul gym. They flip how you see everything. When every tick's gold, every move counts, the small stuff fades, you're locked in, purpose sharp. And that's the juice of prepping for the end while you're here. No fear, no wobble, just power, chill, ready whatever hits. Imagine if we snagged even a slice of that vibe, not ducking the end, but riding it, letting it shape how we roll. They see the end as the big coach, pushing you to live big, no dodging, just owning it, so every second's alive. Could that flip cut fear, boost the good? What if facing the end cracked open real freedom? These tricks aren't locked in mountain hideouts, they're for anyone seeing life as the warm-up for something huge. So why sit on it? Dive in, let these flip not just your end, but every beat till then. Big question, how do you gear up for this ride? How's it flipping your life right now? Hit me below. Picture this, you're on your last legs, crew around you, but instead of hush or lame pep talks, a voice kicks in, spilling a roadmap no one else can see, not just chatter, but a power play through the beyond, pointing you straight, cutting you loose from the spin. This ain't a story, it's the real deal, using the Tibetan Book of the Dead, the Bardo Thödol, to game the end. Imagine this, in their mountain dens, when the end's near, a pro who's lived this stuff sits tight. This guide rolls out the Bardo Thödol, painting every wild step your soul's about to hit, not just soft words, but a full-on steer through zones most can't even picture. This flips endgame vibes hard, not a downer, but the biggest shift ever. Check that against our usual gig, death's all hush or dodge, clinical and cold. But there, death's a dialed-in trip, the Bardo Thödol's your compass, cutting through insane lights, chill gods, gnarly freaks, all the wild stuff popping off after. But here's the twist, those aren't random spooks or cosmic slaps, they're your head, bouncing back your own mess. Can you picture a guide keeping you steady, sharp, awake through the craziest ride ever? This book's not just bedside chatter, it's your ticket to spot the fakes and see what's real. When that first light hits, your guide's nudging you to jump in, own it. Imagine that steer pushing you to the big free, not another lap. This says death's not just out, it's your shot at the top. And the guide? They're your wingman, riding shotgun through the fog. This ace, soaked in Bardo know-how, keeps you locked, reminding you of the grind you put in. They anchor you when it's wild, nudging you back to that pure glare past the fake stuff. It's deep love, someone riding with you, crossing lines, pointing the way when you're on the edge. Now, the dying gig, they're told, don't flinch at that blazing light when your mind cuts loose from meat. Grab it, know it's you. Every step's laid out, chill gods packing love, freaky ones spilling your dark junk. Imagine death flipping, not a scare, but a chance to crack it wide open, not a threat, but a breakthrough. That's miles from our usual, death's just body stuff. There, it's soul juice too, flips how we see the endgame. Picture knowing death's not a blind drop but a guided run to your own head. The book's not just paper, it's your ride when the lines blur. But can this old school juice hit today? Hell yeah, cracking death's code isn't just for mountain monks. Anyone can grab it, live sharp, stay awake, see life as the warm-up for the big jump. What if you didn't duck death but leaned in, let it school you? Picture rolling each day ready for the flip, knowing you've got the guts to face what's next, sharp and steady. As we dig deeper, let this old know-how scream, life and death are locked tight. Live sharp for the end, and you're alive wide open. So hit me, how's it flip you to see each day as endgame prep? How do you roll, knowing you're set to face death, not spooked, but sharp, cool, deep chill? What if I said owning death could crack open purpose, sharp vibes, even a rush? Picture every day knowing this could be it. How's that hit your moves, your crew, your whole damn lens? This book's not just for the checkout, it's a wild guide to live free and real today. Death's all hush, scared off, but what if dodging it's what's screwing us out of real depth? This wisdom says, face it, use it, not fear, but fuel. When death's close, the small crap fades, only the real stays. Picture hitting life's curve sharp, awake, like those monks do. Every split, every bust, every wobble, it's all tiny deaths, Tibetan style. What if you didn't flop in those but saw them as fresh starts? That's the juice, every end's a kickoff. But how do you drag this into now? Start simple, chew on how quick it all flies. They kick off each day knowing it's dust, killer way to lock on what counts. Imagine waking up, seeing today's a one-off, every tick's gold, flips everything. Another banger, swap vibes, breathe in everyone's rough stuff, blow out the good. Not just heart juice, preps you to drop it all when it's time. Picture rolling free, heart out, tied to the highs and lows. And spotting that clear glare? They say, cut through the buzz, catch those sharp hits. Every pause, every timeless vibe, it's that death zone juice. Imagine hauling that chill through your grind, your chats, your fights. How's that flip your role, your life? What if every meet, every gig, every breath was your last? Crew gets tight, small fights fade, you feel the damn size of it all. Grab this, and you're not just prepping for the end, you're flipping now. Existing's out, purpose, sharp guts are in. Picture that freedom, learn to check out sharp, you live huge. This book's yelling, live big, live now. What if facing death's scare cracked a life so real, so lit, you can't even dream it up? Chew on this, how do you take this old juice and run it through every pick, every chat, every breath? How's your life flip if you see each day as a wake-up shot to live like it's your last? Get set, we're digging how this old gold can steer you, not just to check out, but to burn bright, no fear. Imagine this, 1,000-year-old Tibetan stash might crack the hottest brain teasers today. What's your mind? Can it outlast the meat? If it can, what's that do to now? This ain't fairy dust, it's pulling lab coats, shrinks, deep thinkers to eyeball this book like it's a breakthrough. And here's the heat, if this old scroll's on the money, if your head can jump the body, what's that say about living? We're just scratching it, but one thing's screaming, the more we dig these death vibes, the more they're about cracking your head wide open right now. Picture rolling with that deep know-how, death's not the end, it's a mind-bending flip into your own deep zones. Chasing this, we're at the edge where old soul tricks and new lab juice crash, spilling secrets on what makes us tick. Standing here, this book's throwing out a wild call, see your life, your head, your big ride in a fresh glare. Ready to see what happens when old know-how and new brains collide? What you find might shred everything you thought about life, death, the real deal. Picture this, death's not the end, it's the slickest coach for living big. We've ripped through this Tibetan gold, cracked truths that don't care about borders or gods. This old scroll's daring you to face your end, not spooked, but pumped, sharp. Picture hitting each day like it's your last, knowing every second's quick gold. How's that flip what you chase? How's it hit your crew? Tell me below. Like Trumpa Rinpoche dropped, it's all about flipping how you see your head in a real, chill vibe. This lens flips life, death hard. Grab these Bardo vibes, and you roll through life's shifts smooth, sharp, every change a tiny death, fresh start. This unknown ride's just kicking off. Wanna dive deeper, wanna shred what you think you are? Don't sleep on our last drop, you are not human, you are human. Wanna keep cracking these secrets with us? Yes in the comments, tell me what deep juice you wanna dig next. Your vibe shapes this ride, you're not just watching, you're in the philosophical essence crew. Let's crack what counts, keep that light blazing.